What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I wanted to give you guys a quick market update. As I'm not gonna go live, I still feel under the weather, and I also have some computer issues that I need to fix. So I'm gonna use this time to fix the PC, get some rest. But I didn't want to leave the CandleMafia in the dark, so I just wanted to hop in here, give you guys a quick market update, and talk about this push to the upside and some of the bullish signals we're seeing on Market Cypher B that could indicate a potential bigger retracement to the upside that we've been looking at on the live stream. So I'm gonna show you the key levels, take a look at those bullish confirmations, the higher time frames. Is this going to be at least some kind of a significant bottom? We're going to break it all down in today's video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. And as you guys know, we have gotten our big retracement that we've been looking at for some time now. We finally have pushed into that 786 weekly naked point of control support at about $75,000. And we are now starting to finally see some bullish confirmations down here with our daily bullish divergence confirmed and our 2-day bullish divergence starting to print. And this is an extremely key level of support, guys. And the reason for that is because this is the first major zone that we've been looking at for a potential higher low to come in before maybe coming up and making new all-time highs. Now, at this moment, with the way our higher time frame money flow looks, with it coming into the red on time frames like the 2-day and even that 3-day is starting to come out, and really the most alarming one is on the weekly money flow coming out as well. So as of right now, although we're getting these bullish signals, 2-day bull div, daily bull div, even the 3-day bull div starting to print here, this could potentially give us a continuation to the upside. But with money flow coming out, we do have to be careful because, as we know, money flow indicates that longer term trend. And although the 2-day bull div, 3-day bull div could give us a continuation to the upside, we have to be careful of those lackluster retracements to put in macro lower highs and then come down to much lower prices. Now, I am cautiously optimistic right now that we could potentially see that money flow turn around once we get up here, and then maybe we could look for all-time highs. But I would say just the 2-day and 3-day bull div at this key level is very, very important to watch because it's at a key level of support. And if you guys watch the channel, you know we've been looking at this major trend line that we've been continuously getting hammered down by once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. We've gotten rejected here many, many times, and we are finally starting to peek our head above this level one more time. Now, we do have to be careful. I'm going to show a specific situation that I'm going to be aware of in case we are just going to kind of come up, sweep some liquidity, and then get another big move down. This is a potential possibility here, guys, but I'm going to show that on the lower time frames. But right now, from a higher time frame perspective, we've come into key support, daily bullish divergence confirmed, 2-day bull div printing, 3-day bull div printing, and if we could get those two confirmed, it may give us what we need to see this beautiful green dot on the weekly time frame to finally print. And we looked at this last night on the live stream. Anytime we see one of these green dots print below the 0 line, typically a pretty big move up follows, right? Green dot here, pretty big move up. Green dot here, next leg up, right? We are about to potentially print this green dot. So we'll see if those divergences can help us print that green dot. So all eyes on that green dot this weekend. So that is the higher time frame situation. We're at key support. We have the bullish divergence. Let's see if we can get that continuation to the upside. Now, if we do get that full bigger retracement we're looking for, we could be looking at targets such as $91,000 to $97,000. We have the macro value area low at about 91K, and then we have the macro golden pocket, the POC of our macro range. We have a lot of confluence up here at about 97,000. Although I wouldn't necessarily expect a instant move to that level, we have local levels above, even on the lower time frames down here. But that would be kind of the bullish scenario here, guys, is that we break out of that trend line, hold these levels as support, and then get that bigger move up towards about 91,000. And if we could flip that value area low to support, we could potentially wind up seeing that golden pocket hit in all of its glory, and this will be a massive, 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 massive level of resistance. And if money flow continues out at this point, we could potentially look for a macro lower high, but hopefully we could just get that money flow to push back into the green and give us a new all-time high. But we'll cross this bridge when we get there. As of right now, money flow, from a binary perspective, money flow's coming out, so we do have to be careful of lower highs and lower lows. Once we get up there, if it flips back into the green, we could look for a bigger move up. But that's what I'm looking at on the higher time frames. Doesn't look too bad. Pushing a macro support, bullish divergences, testing a macro trend line. Let's hope we can get the breakout here. But now I do want to jump down to some of these lower time frames with you guys because we also have to be very careful because, as you know, last time we approached that trend line, we actually did end up getting an SFP on the daily, wicking above that level, watching out resistance, and then getting another low, right? So we are potentially at risk there, right? Getting that bigger push up, SFPing, and coming to the downside. But I will say, we did not have the 2-day bullish divergence printing last time we SFP'd. Right now, we have that 2-day bull div. So this is a better chance than any if we're going to get that continuation up, and we are starting to break some local levels of support. So let's take a look at those really quickly. If we take a look at our current range here, you guys can see we had confluence here pretty much on the POC of our range, right? We have the point of control, we have the trend line, we came up, we already rejected it once, actually caught that short position, very nice. And then today, we wound up pumping back into the range, flipping the value area low to support. And we all know, once you flip that value area low to support, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that POC. If you hold above that POC, you might be able to get that bigger move up towards the value area high, which does sit at about $88,224. So this is going to be the major range that I'm looking at. Hopefully we could stay inside here. And if we do, we could potentially look for that fulfill the range. Now understand, POC of the range does sit right here at about $83,131. So maybe we cool off, maybe we play around this POC a little bit, but once we get above it, if we can flip that anchored VWAP as well, could give us that bigger push to the upside. Now don't forget, we do also have a lot of liquidity sitting above these highs here, guys, at about $84,500. If I pull up the liquidation heat map, you can see it right here. At about $84,500 is really where that hot spot of liquidity starts to pick up. And I do have this marked off on the chart so we could see it nice and easy here. So if we are going to continue up, guys, watch all eyes on this level. 84,500 might be able to give us that big push to the upside as those shorts start to get stopped out. It will create those market buys, giving us a squeeze to the upside, which could potentially give us the fuel to get that bigger move up towards that value area high. Now, the one thing that I am going to be careful about, guys, is something similar to what happened last time we pushed up to these levels. We had a lot of liquidity sitting above these equal highs. We wicked up, and we just wound up getting the liquidity sweep back to the downside. And I did catch that short. So you better believe, if we get this push up here, guys, we do not want to see an SFP. And to be quite honest, we do have a little bit of resistance that we have sitting above that could potentially give us that resistance if we sweep that liquidity. We have the 786 sitting at 84,493. We also have a daily level up here as well. So we do just have to be careful, guys. If we do get above this level, and again, this is confluent with that trend line, right? As long as we stay in this volume profile and above that trend line, that might be the breakout of this trend line. However, if you look here, last time we got a push up, everyone thought we were breaking out. We were looking for the liquidity sweep, back down, got stuck below this trend line once again, and got the bigger drop down. So we have to be aware of a situation like that. If we come up, sweep that liquidity into resistance, and get a big dump back down to get stuck under this trend line, that would, in my opinion, give us a bigger drop to the downside. So we do have to be aware of that scenario. But as of right now, let's see if we could stay inside this volume profile, take some of that liquidity, and hopefully we could just use that liquidity as fuel to get the bigger move up rather than just getting some kind of crazy liquidity sweep and then pump and dump. But back here, we did not have the 2-day bull divs, right? We did not have a lot of the bullish signs that we have on the chart right now. We did not have back here. So I do think we may have a little bit of a better opportunity to get the big move up here. So this is what I'm looking at. I do not hold any positions. I took my short here at our key level of resistance on the first approach. I took that trade and I did close that in profit. I got stopped out in profit here on the way back up. But now that we live back in this range, guys, I am not holding a trade. I'm going to let things shake out over the weekend. We'll see if those 2-day and 3-day bullish divergences can give us that weekly green dot. And hopefully that is what we need to get that bigger retracement up to some of these higher targets around $91,000 to $97,000. So the local targets to the upside right now, $88,250 at the value area high. That's your next major target to the upside to sweep that liquidity and push into that major resistance. As long as we can sweep this liquidity and we don't get the SFP here and lose the trend line and get the bigger drop down, we really want to sweep that liquidity, flip that 786. That's where I'm looking up to about 88.3. And then that could potentially be the start of that bigger retracement to the upside, targeting eventually up to about $91,000 to $97,000 towards our macro value area low and our macro golden pocket. So guys, these are the levels that I'm looking at. Keep an eye on those bull divs and watch out for that fake out liquidity sweep into that key resistance level as we come into that key resistance level as we approach that liquidity. But right now, those higher time frame bull divs, guys, is a better chance than any to get this move up. Like I said, I'm not holding any trades right now. I'm just sitting on my hands. I'm going to let price action shake out here and see if we can hit that $88,000 target. And if not, and we get that liquidity sweep and dump down to lower prices, guys, we might be on our way to some unfavorable numbers for Bitcoin. I'm cautiously optimistic right now, so pray for Bitcoin. Hopefully this is the breakout. And with all that being said, I'm going to go get some rest and fix this computer, and we'll be back to our regular schedule on Monday. That's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the